I think if love, care, and compassion was in liquid form, it would be olive oil.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello, friends, and hello, foes, and welcome to The Comedianons, a podcast that really proves that not everyone should have a podcast. My name is Josh, and I'm dressed like one of those Vietnam vets from like a play about someone who doesn't know what they wore with the headband and all.
Something that's completely culturally insensitive and not relevant to what is
I just
actually
wear a
going
headband.
on.
I wanted a headband. And I'm joined by the man who got bronze medal at a sweet potato chugging contest. It's Jono.
I did get a bronze medal. Next year we're going back for silver. I think my problem was probably just not believing in God.
Yeah, I think your mouth wideness was okay.
Yeah,
and it's believing in God that was the issue.
I think so. I didn't thank him when I got through to the qualifying round.
That's the issue. And that's what the Tillies did. That was the issue.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're
it's the same
recording
problem.
this before to find out. We don't know if they're going to be.
We are the pre-show entertainment to the Matildas. You will know.
We're entertaining ourselves.
yeah.
We have a huge show.
We do have it. It's actually enormous.
It's an enormous show.
Well, we don't know. It might have fall to pieces, but it seems like it's got a lot of premise.
What's coming up first, Jono?
Well, Joshua, I am a professional scientist.
Sure.
I am. I work in the industry, you know. And
unfortunately,
that gives me the lens to look at the world in a way that kind of gives me a little bit more insight than other people. And I've picked up a couple things that I think we're not thinking about.
Oh,
and I
fantastic.
think we should. So we're going to talk about that.
Is this for lawmakers as well to find out, maybe there's new laws that need to be made based on these observations?
It kind of differs from one to one, but I think I need to draw attention to these things that other people haven't done.
Are you like the new Isaac Newton right now?
Oh, I'm like the improved version of Isaac Newton.
Did an apple fall in your head and all?
Well,
Maybe.
I feel like something's fallen on my head, but I'll explain why in the third segment.
Second segment, Jono, slipping through my fingers.
We have
the segment. We have the song.
You were having trouble putting it on before, so
Thank you.
I wasn't sure if you had it
I didn't
or
remember
not.
whether it was in my downloads folder. It was in my downloads folder. Everyone could no longer need to worry.
Well, we know that I can sing it if we have
you can,
to. So,
you can.
yeah.
And it's going to be about daytime TV.
Love a bit of daytime TV.
Love daytime TV, lots of kinds, and we'll go through that in that segment. What's coming up,
Joshua?
In the third segment.
Last year, you and I went ballin'. We went to the Geospatial Science Student Association of RMI, Royal Melbourne University Institute of Technology ball. And I didn't bring you with me this year.
No, there wasn't enough people on the table.
So I want to tell you all about what you missed out on.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And finally, Jono,
I have a hangover.
He's drinking Gatorade.
It's 3:30. It just hit me about an hour and a half ago, and I'm struggling. Yeah.
And final segment, Jono, I have a gift. Because I promised you something.
Can I tell the people what I've seen so far?
What?
I've seen a visual diary in a blindfold and an email with a link in it.
If you're going to do art, you need a visual diary. I've been to middle school art. I know how this works. Yeah. We'll get to that in the final segment.
Should we do it?
Let's go.
You're not like me, Josh. You're not a professional scientist.
I don't know anything. I don't even know. I'm bad at maths. I don't even know how.
I've even done a little bit of maths for this subject.
This is shocking. I'm excited to know what this is all about.
I'm just living my life. I'm walking around and stuff. And my mum says I think too hard about things. But I can't help it because I'm a professional scientist.
You are.
Scientists are known for being very rigid, very detail-oriented.
Yeah.
Being able to pick up things that other people haven't.
All of those things are stuff you are.
Yeah, and they're all my flaws. But we're going to harness that into a segment where I found 3 things, and if this works, which it probably won't, but if it works, we'll return and we'll do a different topic.
Amazing.
But this time we're doing the wonderful world, the natural world, and I've picked up some things that people aren't thinking about or talking about enough.
Shocking.
And I think we should be worried. So the first one I want to say, I feel like we're not properly prepared for this. There is no way it rains enough to provide Melbourne with enough water. I'm sorry. That is not possible, right? Because this is the thing.
Yeah.
There are 5.2 million people who live in Melbourne. Yeah. That's a lot of people. According to Yarra Valley Water, 159 litres per person per day is the average. That's a lot of water per person.
Yeah.
Now, if you times 159 by 5.2 million, that's 826 million litres per day in Melbourne. That is an ungodly amount. This
can't be correct,
right?
I don't believe this is correct.
But then it gets worse. If you times that by 365, that's 300 billion litres of water a year that Melbourne uses just domestically. That is insane.
Surely a lot of it is like reused though, right?
I don't know. Even if
You're a scientist, you're supposed to know this part.
I'm just so concerned. There's no way it rains.
You haven't looked into the process?
No.
You think it's just the rain?
No, I think it's just rain. Because there is no way it rains 300 billion litres in Melbourne. I know. I'm constantly worried about this because I remember when I was a little wee boy, my mother took me to the Greenvale, I think it's Greenvale Reservoir.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that shit's too small, bro. That's meant to service like 30% or 25% of Melbourne. Shit's just a lake. We'll drain that in an afternoon.
I remember as a kid watching the what's it called?
I don't know.
Magic School Bus.
Oh, yeah,
I remember the water
yeah.
episode where they went through the filter. And you saw the filter. Do you think the filters have to do with this, or do you think it's just the rain?
I think the filter is part of it, but we've got to think all the water that's in the reservoir, that's from the rain. And to have okay, this is another thing, right? 300 billion litres, we need it to rain, right?
Yeah.
We need that shit to rain directly over the reservoir. Because if it's just falling in my backyard, that's not going into the reservoir.
No, you're right.
It has to rain at least 50 million times more than that. Anyway, we're going to run out of water.
No,
I'm calling it here.
Well, you are a professional scientist.
We'll send this into to Albo, and we'll just be like, hey, can you just double check this for me? Because I'm a little bit concerned. All right.
That's going to make a great TikTok compilation that people are going to like redo it of like people going,
it's good.
Actually, this reason and this reason.
It'll spread it to more avenues. This is a public service announcement. I'm worried, man. I'm worried. Anyway, another thing.
Yeah.
Still in the worldwide world, right?
Worldwide world.
It is not possible. We've been lied to, right? It is not possible that glass is made from sand. There is no way. There is not a single
Where are
similarity.
they getting all the sand from? That's my first question.
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
Are they going down? Is the guy from whatever Beacon Glass or whatever, is he going down
going
the fucking
down to
Williams
St Kilda
and just
scoop it up
in the barrel? There's no way. I'm like, oh no, they get it from the ground. The ground's not made of fucking sand. The ground's made of dirt.
Idiot.
Fucking idiots, man.
These people don't understand a single thing.
Look at a window pane, right?
We're looking at one right now.
Smooth.
It's smooth.
And it's
See-through.
clear. Yeah. Sand, it's coarse.
Yeah.
It's not clear.
It gets it everywhere.
Everywhere.
It gets everywhere, just like the Star Wars thing.
Because who comes up with that idea? Oh, I need to put something in the wall to make it see-through. I know. I'll throw sand.
More so
they
than
don't
that,
because it doesn't fit.
Who was the guy that was like, hey, Ooga, other rock person, we have sand here.
Yes.
And we need to make it into see-through.
We must use this to make glass.
I don't know.
It has to be this. I know. Let's hate. And they're like, this is every scientist's excuse.
And can I just say,
we just heat it up. Oh, yeah. You think that's going to fool me? If you heat up sand, you got warm sand, bro. Have you ever been to the beach when it's 40 degrees?
Hey, that shit burns your feet.
But it's not glass.
It's not glass. It's not glass.
It's a very hot sand.
They're wrong and we're correct.
Yeah. So I think something's
well, you are a
going on
professional
there.
scientist.
Professional
so consider
I'm just
that
saying,
solved.
Yeah, no, it's not solved.
Oh.
I'm on to you.
On to you. We need a sting for this segment to bring it back.
Yes,
I'm on to you.
This is good. Yeah, because I am.
Because
something
you are.
fishy's going on, and it's.
The people that have been listening in the last few weeks have noticed you haven't been talking about aliens, and now you're talking about questioning these.
It does.
Have you gone off
with
the
me.
deep end?
Well,
or
it has
is
correlated with me quitting social media. I've got a lot
media?
of time to think about this. So much
this
time.
This is bad,
mate. This is good. I'm going to run for parliament or something. Because, anyway, final thing.
Yeah.
Beef, right?
Beef.
Everyone enjoys a little bit of beef.
You don't.
That's true. Good point. Anyway.
There are people called vegetarians. So vegetarians and vegans,
true.
They don't eat beef.
But everyone has cheat days from time to time.
What animal? True vegetarian.
First thing that comes to your head. What animal is beef?
Cow.
Exactly. Okay? I'm onto these people. When was the last time you went through a field and saw a lot of cows? Probably any time you go to the country, right?
Anytime.
You'll see
I don't
cows.
go to the country very often, so I don't see them that often.
If you go to the country and you look into a field and you see a bovine animal, it's a cow.
No.
You never see a field full of bulls, do you?
No.
No, because bulls can't be used for dairy. So my theory, the female cows are being used for dairy. The male cows, you only see like one bull every once in a while when they're using it to mate. We're eating bull. We have to be. All the bulls are 100% being killed and turned into beef. I think cows, we're not eating cow. I think we're eating bull. I say this to so many people and no one fucking who's on my wavelength.
I
can't. When did you go through a field and see 100 bulls? It's never happened before. You've never seen more than one because they can't coexist in a field because they'll kill each other.
Can I tell you something? I think I just assumed that. I don't think that's a...
Mate, every time I brought it up to someone else, they're like, oh, no, what do you mean? Well, we have dairy cows, we have beef cows. No, we're eating bull. I'm telling you. Because
there's no way, 100%.
Thank
and
you.
I actually think And I actually think people, when you say cow, they mean bull.
Maybe, because they're not professional scientists.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Do you know my ex-girlfriend thought sheep and lamb are different animals?
It's like mutton.
I ended it 3 days later.
This is what it's.
I'm not saying it was
people aren't
correlated.
to the level of you as a professional scientist, and they don't understand this.
They say, "Oh, scientists can't communicate." No, you're fucking stupid. That's not the fucking problem.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's not that you're bad at communicating.
No.
You're with me.
It's that,
or that you're ranting and barely letting me get a word in.
Yeah. That's right. That's
it's
right. Because I'm a professional scientist.
I'm not able to understand your wavelength. That's what it is.
Because we're just built different, you know.
That must be it.
I appreciate you coming along with me.
Thank you.
You can send the letter into Parliament for me.
As you can see, I have no clue. I'm really dumb.
No, because
I can't communicate this.
That's right. Do you work professionally in the scientific realm?
No, I don't understand any of this. I didn't go to school.
No.
We didn't meet at school.
No, we didn't. Anyway, that's all. I'm on to you. Yep.
Lighters in the air.
Slipping through my fingers is my life. Let's try to capture in this segment the things we liked way back in the day when we were kids.
Way back in the day when we were kids.
My lighter is in the air.
You can turn your lighter off.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's a bit weird putting lighters in the air when we're sitting in the room in a very sunny Saturday afternoon.
It is. We might not have even needed it.
No. Oscar's basking in the sunshine. It's a beautiful day.
Slipping through my fingers. Yeah. Tell the people what that segment's about.
Because, Joshua, we're getting old.
Oh,
we're so old.
We're so old.
And our life is just, it's going too fast.
It is.
So we use this segment to take a deep breath, to slow down, and look back at the things in our youth that we enjoyed that we haven't thought about in a while. And it's a good way to just remember that we are all still young at heart.
This is true.
That was beautiful.
Jono,
Thank you, Jonathan.
I don't know if you were a kid. Thank you, Jonathan, for that.
Jono, if you're not going to thank yourself, no one will, you know? Be your biggest supporter.
And Jono, for this one, I wanted to do daytime TV.
Oh, I love it.
When you were a kid, did you watch daytime TV?
When you're sick from school, that's what I always remember.
It's the best stuff.
The morning, it's
like, so bad.
Yeah, true. It's like just garbage, but it feel like great. And if I went to like medical appointments and stuff, they've just got like the kids like daytime stuff playing. Oh, mate, actually, we'll get into this a bit later on. But there was one when I had my eye operation last year when I was watching daytime TV. But yeah, what have you got for us?
I've got a whole heap of them. I thought I'd just sort of run down a list of stuff.
Let's do it.
And this came up because I currently am unemployed.
Yeah.
I found time
working on
it. Going on holiday first. So
that's working on it. That's working on it. Because you're working on the mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. All of that stuff.
That's right.
And it's giving me thinking, I went to go look at the shows, see what is on now.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
what was on later. So we'll go about stuff that was when I was a kid.
Cool.
I want to compare that to the stuff that's on now.
Yeah, that's good.
Back as a day.
Yeah.
Top of the list. Yeah. Without a doubt for me. Ready, steady, cook.
Yeah.
Yes. Great show.
It is so much more of a kid's show than I remember it being. Like, I remember when I watched it, I'm like, oh, this is just like a normal cooking show. No, that's very much a kid's show.
It introduced me to all the chefs that were popular now. I remember first time seeing Manu. I think first time seeing George Calombaris there.
Yep.
Manu for sure. probably Peter Everett, that piece of
Peter Everett.
crap.
Yeah, so that he had a very quick demise.
Yeah, he's a bad
It
man.
happened very, very quickly. That did.
And for the best,
Was
I
he on
think.
My Kitchen Rules?
Yeah.
Manu and My Kitchen.
Yeah.
Manu and Pete.
Manu's the best, though.
Manu's great. Manu's
Lovely
very
man.
funny. So is George Cullen, but not George Cullen.
No, he's a bad
I'm thinking of
man.
Matt Preston.
Matt
He's
Preston.
good. Yeah, but he wasn't on Ready Steady
No,
Cook.
top of the Matt Preston is the best. Matt
Yeah.
Preston was my favorite.
Just a
always.
nice guy.
Yeah, I have friends who've seen him in person. Just tell him, just like the sweetest.
Was
man.
he cooking a baguette?
No, he was wearing his cravat.
He
though.
was. Oh, that's good. I reckon it's so if he spills any crummies,
Yeah.
he just catches it in his.
For sure. I'll give you a couple other ones. I think of the up
cravat.
there. Yeah, fantastic.
I got there, sorry.
When we were a kid,
Yeah.
the other one I think that was big.
Yeah.
Oprah. Did you watch Oprah?
I wasn't a daytime like Oprah, like talk show
I didn't watch
person,
it very
like
often,
Oprah or
but I
Ellen.
would see it.
No.
Oprah, Ellen.
I'd see
talk about
Oprah
people-
and I'd flick off because I'm like,
True.
oh, this is going to be
Yeah.
TV for everyone. Oh my God.
Everyone's dancing,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well as the Ellen show.
Yeah.
Judge Judy,
Alan
Dr.
also
Phil
a
as well.
bad man.
Yeah,
There's no-
Dr. Phil's a bad person.
Yeah,
too.
true.
Wow, all of these.
Shit. Okay, this is my theory. It
Yeah.
seems like if you have a show based around how much of just a good person you are
Or
and how you know everything.
How good you're doing for people.
Yeah, exactly. That it probably you
You're
think,
a bad
I don't
person."
need to do much good
True.
anymore in the rest of my life.
Judge
Yeah.
Judy as well.
Oh, that is that gives me weird vibes, Judge Judy.
I was never a Judge Judy fan,
No.
but I did watch Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil I did watch. I think it's funny to watch it,
It is.
now though.
Yeah,
Is it
100%.
still on?
I don't know.
I feel like
I
it
don't-
was a few
I'm not sure.
years ago at least. And it's just I don't know. It just seems so strange. It's funny to watch it now.
I just remember
knowing
the
that's
Cash
all
Me
it's set up.
Outside. How about that?
Yeah, how about it? Do you know she's like a touring rapper
He's a
now?
rap. Yeah, Bad Baby.
Crazy. And she made like $2 million in the first
enough.
day of her OnlyFans.
Go figure.
Crazy.
Now,
Yeah,
I
bizarre.
think nowadays, though, it's a bit
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
The stuff you see in the middle of the day.
Look, I don't actually watch TV in the middle of the
wouldn't
day
have-
because
I-
I'm a
I was-
professional scientist.
you are, that is true. And as you said, I'm a stupid person who watches these kinds of shows.
I mean, I don't think I said that, but yeah, sure.
But, shows are so different now. House
Yeah.
Hunters is a big one.
What's that?
You know House Hunters?
I'm
You
looking
don't know
for a house.
Hunters? House Hunters is a show
Yeah.
where it's totally not scripted, and they take this couple
Yeah.
who both have very, very differing opinions of where they want to go.
I think there's
in this
so many of
area.
these shows.
but in the end, they always somehow find a way because they're on television to get
it's
together and figure it
location,
out.
location as well, which
I
is
don't remember-
it's the exact same premise as that.
Now, here's where I was going to
Yeah.
get at. There seems to be a trend of certain kinds of shows
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that go
It's
with
just
that.
the same
For example,
format.
house flipping. Let me read you a list of
Okay,
all of the
okay.
house flipping shows
Oh,
that I saw
fantastic. Yeah,
in
yeah,
different
yeah.
times of the day when I opened this up to like 7 mate. And
Yeah, that's the 7 8
First
or
time
9 gen.
flippers, Aussie house flippers, My Impossible House, Habitus House of the Year, The Hotel Inspector, The Hotel Fixer, Extreme Home. Wow. Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
That was the best one. That's my
that
favorite
is-
one because they
move
get
that
like
bus. And they move the bus, and it's like, oh my god, what have you done?
Is that the one where they like the family where something terribly tragic is
Yeah,
happening?
yeah.
Like the mum's being diagnosed with like a slightly
yep.
minor curable disease, and then she like goes to work, and then they do like 5 weeks worth of renovation supposedly in like 6 hours.
It's the same as like,
Yeah.
it's similar to Block, it's similar to all of
Yeah.
those things. The other big one is Escape to something. or
Escape to the
from.
country.
Here's the thing. Here's what I've seen. These are all
Have you
actual
watched
shows.
Escape to the Country?
Never.
Oh, it's
I want to say
incredible.
these. I just want to stress this. These
Yeah.
are all real
Actual
shows.
shows. Okay.
Escape to the Country,
Yeah.
Escape to the Country UK,
Yeah.
Escape to
That's
the
the best
Perfect
one.
Town, Fresh Escapes, I Escaped to the Country, Escape to ...
Oh my
Greatest
God.
Escapes to the Country, Escape from the City,
Yeah.
Australians' Amazing Homes, Australia's Big Backyard, The Great Outdoors, Great Escapes.
Oh,
all of these are great escapes.
And they are all bangers. Now, Escape to the Country, it's like that home show you were saying where they're looking for a house, but it's like a British couple. I've watched, Mum and I used to watch it every Saturday night for like 15
Yeah.
years. I think once a couple bought a house.
Really?
They showed them.
it's like Shark Tank. How they always make a deal.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you'll
And then
find out
it
they
doesn't
never actually
actually
take
go
the deal.
through. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
few times, other than Scrub Daddy. Love Scrub Daddy.
Big fan of the Scrub Daddy. Now, Escape to the Country is funny because they do like 3 different houses.
Yeah.
So they do like
Yeah, this
one,
is the same thing as House.
one that the wife wants, one that the husband wants,
Yeah.
and one they call it the mystery house, and it's meant to be completely different to everything. But what they do,
Interesting.
house 1 and 2, they show them something that's totally not what they asked for.
Yeah,
and
100%.
then the mystery house is like actually what they wanted. And they're like, oh my God.
My other favorite version of that in House Hunters, what they'll do. And also, for all of these, imagine there's like 3 different versions of each. Right?
Oh, yeah.
UK, US,
And
international.
they've all got 20 different hosts.
For House...
It's a different person every time you watch it.
In House Hunters, it'll be like, they'll show you the first one, and they're like, I really like this part. Yeah, I really like this part. We should see the other ones, and then immediately go with the first one at the end of the show.
Oh, Escape to the Country, they're not allowed
They're
to
never
like
allowed
go
to.
back on the offer, I think. I think they have to either take
in
it
House
or
Hunters,
whatever.
you get
Like,
to see all
you
three of
see
them,
all
and then they
of
go,
them, yeah.
so, are you going to choose one? And then they'll flash forward to like a year later, it's like, Brett and Stephanie are loving
I love
their
that.
2-bedroom
And it's a shot of a dog running in the
Agoda.
backyard.
and their kid, Jeremy.
And they always do like, so when they've gone through and looked at the house in all of these shows, it's always like a shot after they've looked through of like the husband sitting in the kitchen and
Yeah.
they're doing like a talking, and then the wife sitting in like the living room and the host just standing out the front door going, now the couple are having a little bit of time to think about what
Let's find out what they're saying. So, Brad, what's your opinion? Well, my other favorite thing is like
Yep.
versions of X-Trucker or Pilots or Ice Road, something.
Fantastic.
Out Black ones for Australia. They
Yep.
have Outback Opal Hunters,
That's
Outback
a good show.
Pilots,
Yep.
Outback Truckers. All of those.
Outback Truckers is a staple.
All of them, man, shit.
Man, shit. Fucking road train, mate.
Now, I will say, with all of these, though, not the thing I would potentially, if of my favorite kind
I can
of
see you
binge-worthy-
being an Outback Trucker.
Thank you. Not the thing my favorite kind of
Okay.
show. Do you
Yeah.
want to guess what my favorite kind of show is?
Oh,
For like my binge-worthy sort of thing.
not
that I might watch?
cooking. You're not a
I-
cooking man?
Cookie's number one.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
cooking,
What would
do you know what
be?
it would be?
Oh, okay. Quiz shows.
That is actually a really good
Yeah,
one. I
yeah,
did think
yeah.
about that. That's a great one. The other one I had was anything to do with grand designs or restoration.
Oh, yeah.
but it has to be
That's
with
good.
Kevin McLeod.
Oh, yeah. If it's not Kevin McLeod.
The
mate,
New Zealand
it's
guy's
so
very
wild.
funny though.
I don't mind that. I don't mind
He
it,
always
but Kevin
he's always
McLeod's
treats the people on it like shit.
Yeah.
He'll be like,
That is a good
so
aspect of it.
Brad said this is going to be done in 6 months. It is now a year and a half later. Let's see how they're doing.
I reckon this is my early recommendation for the
Yeah.
week. Just Google like most tumultuous grand designs episodes, and you'll just see like a family. It takes him 70 years to build the house. The guy has 8 different wives, and 4 of his kids die, and he's got cancer.
My other
It's
favorite thing
crazy.
is like Restoration Australia is great because it's always like 2 people in their 60s.
Yep.
And they always found this like amazing spot. But every time I watch it, I go, what are these crazy boomers up to? these crazy
It's because they've got
guys.
too much time on their hands.
And now I understand what it's like because
Yeah.
I have a lot of time on my hands. And
I tell you one you should watch. This
Yeah.
was my favorite as a kid when you're home from school. Behind the News.
oh, I love
Is that still going?
No, that's not. God,
It
it's gone.
stopped?
I think it stopped.
Oh, that taught
But
me
it was
about
great.
petrol price. Petrol
Isn't
price
it crazy that
fluctuation.
they made one of those for kids? So
Yeah.
it was targeted at kids, and they're like, so
It's
the
so
petrol
good.
prices, and I'm just going, petrol prices?
No, because I was a young, a future professional scientist.
Right, of course,
I'm like,
of course.
oh, that's very petroleum. Yes, they're only allowed to change like 3 or 4 times a day.
That's
And
crazy.
I attribute that to 2006 Behind the News when I had a little bit of a temperature.
So I think we've realized that daytime TV is just a bit of fun.
It's fantastic.
Oh my God, it's time.
Oh, I remembered.
It's the middle of the
remember.
podcast, and we're
Yeah.
just here to tell you we
Yeah.
appreciate you. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
listening.
so much for
So many
listening.
people have been sending me messages.
So
I know,
many
like, more recently
messages.
saying we
Yep.
like the stuff you've been doing, and that
we-
makes me really happy.
And it makes me feel overjoyed and elated and ecstatic.
And Jono doesn't have a head hangover.
I'm
and he's
fine.
not feeling
I'm
bad.
preserving energy because I have one more segment that I've got to do. So I just got to preserve energy.
Check us out on our socials.
Yep, do that.
5-star
I finished
on
my
Spotify,
Gatorade.
Apple Podcast. Leave a comment on the thing on Spotify. Thank you so
I
much.
don't know if it's just a fancy new phone thing for me, but I can actually click on the ask a question on Spotify
It's
now.
great.
I used to not be able to click on
Well,
it
there
on
you go.
my old phone.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
Yeah, let's do it. Do you have a Barocca? I don't think he has a Barocca. Anyway,
I don't.
Josh, this time last year, you and I went ballin', the RMIT,
We
JSSA ball.
We
For the sake of this,
ballin'.
we'll call it the square ball.
Yeah.
That's all the nerds.
Well,
What's
I wasn't there. If I was there, it'd be cool.
You were there last year. Thank you. You
I wasn't
made
here
it cool.
this
You made
year.
it cool.
I made it cool.
What
This
was-
time less so.
What's your quick overview of kind of the proceedings of last year's
So a
ball.
bunch of geographical nerds get into a big fucking...
Yeah.
Sorry, I said the F word.
No, we used the F word. I've used it probably 7 times already. This
No, I
episode.
don't know why I thought...
I only bleep C-bombs.
Oh, that's right.
Please don't. I'm not beeping it if you say it. I'm too hungover for this shit. Yeah.
A big old area, and
Yeah.
you all sit there. You have some food,
Commonly
and you
called
listen
a function
to some
room.
Function, yeah, it's a function, and they sit there and they dance,
And we do awards.
and do awards,
And, yeah,
I don't
we had
know.
a very
There's
scrumdiddlyumptious
business people,
meal.
and there's business people there.
Yeah.
And they're there, and I didn't. I talked to them. They were very disappointed last time to talk to me because they were like, also,
Because they see you and they're like, oh, you're a student. You're like, oh, no. Oh, like, so you work in survey. Oh, no. I'm like, I'm just not part of this industry. And
the
they're
guy
like,
sitting me
oh.
was like, well, no talk to you for the rest of the episode. And he was like staring over on the other side where you and your mate and
Yeah.
you're talking, and he's like, oh,
He's
wish I was talking to them.
wish I was over
And
there.
I'm like,
yeah.
that's fine. I'm here to drink.
'Cause that's how it worked. It's like tables of 10, and then you have like 5 industry and like 5 students. So I went with my square friends. There was 3 of us from work, and then we had 2 people from one of the guys in the year level below me, his mates, 2 of them.
Yep.
And then it was funny because like it was like kind of like us. Oh no, sorry, it was 12. It was us, and then it was like 2 or 3 like random industry people, and then we had like 2 or 3 like students.
Yeah.
And they were like people.
So
who,
does this
students who had
mean
won the
you're an
awards.
industry person now going there?
That was what I realized because I'm like, oh, like I don't want to sit over there with the industry. I'm like, oh shit, I am
are
the
industry.
industry. So I was in like the shitty spot where I was like halfway between like my mate, we'll call him James,
Yeah.
and then like the industry people. And what was happening? The industry people, they all didn't know each other, and they all were just having really awkward conversations. So they just kept like moving and sitting next to different people. Meaning I sat next to like 4 different people and had the same fucking conversation every
Yeah.
single time. Oh, hello, mate. You a student? Oh, no, I graduated about 2 years ago. All right, what do you do? I work at Maps and Jones Incorporated. Oh, never heard of it, mate. Never heard of it. I work at BFW. I work at PR8. Yeah, I'm sure
I
you
work
heard of
at
that.
Coal and Mines Incorporated.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. And then I tell them what I do, and they go, yeah, so I sell the legs that go on the measuring device, and it's really great to mingle. And I'm like, oh fucking hell!
Oh, God.
So there was that, but that was the worst part of the night.
Yeah.
But the fun part of the night,
Yeah.
the service. Now the
yeah.
service last year, it was pretty good. Like
Yep.
the what was on offer was good. But this was at the Art Centre. And the Art Centre is like the primo function
That's
venue.
nice. That's a nice spot.
The waiters, bro, they were whipped into top shape. First of all, we walk in and you kind of go down this corridor to get into the room. There would have been 30 waiters with trays standing there. None of them said a single word the whole time people were walking in, just with the tray, holding it like they were a table, and you just take like a champagne off it.
Love it.
Take a wine,
Oh
and it
my
went
God.
champagne, wine, red wine, champagne, white wine, red wine, same on both sides, just standing there like statues in silence, and you go down. It was crazy.
damn.
It was
That's amazing.
It felt, everyone just like went hushed tones and go through this in silence, like taking a wine. If you wanted a beer, you went to like a table in like the corner room, and what they would do, right? They didn't have the beer sitting on top of the table getting warm. They had them in a little mini
Esky.
fridge underneath, and then get this, right? They take the beer out, they wipe it with a towel, and then he would open to it, place it on a serviette, and then give it to you.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
That is
incredible.
That's top tier.
Never have I had a Pilsner served to me with such care. Oh, and they opened it with a spoon as well. They didn't get their thumb in near the hole. Crap.
No.
Get the spoon to lift it up. Bang. And then if you're sitting at your table, your water's
Yeah.
getting a bit low. Do they come with the jug and top you up? No, they don't. They take it away and replace it with a fresh glass of water. You just love that service.
That is-
You just love that service.
I can't imagine how free that would have been.
I felt nice. Excuse me, sir. And I know why their service was so
Yeah.
good though. Their like manager was like, fucking hell, I reckon I'm not going to say we should put her on a watch list, but she definitely would strike
Oh my
fear
God.
into the hearts of these people. She would come out in all black, right? She was just standing in the corner observing. She wouldn't talk to any of her staff on the floor, very professional, right? She was just observing. And then someone would go into the kitchen and she'd just follow them in. And I reckon fucking hit them into shape. And then they'd come back out and do a better job next time. And that's the service that I deserve, you know?
Must be nice.
That's what me and the fellow professional scientists deserve. But,
professional squares.
yeah, professional squares. But Joshua, the part we're all waiting for, the food.
The food. This is what I asked you.
Yeah.
You sent me a photo.
Did I?
You sent me a photo last night.
Of the food? Oh, no, I sent you an unrelated photo. I sent you a photo of the people that tried to poach you to work for the government.
they were there.
Yeah. The food. What do we have, or what standard would you expect?
So there's probably an entree.
Yeah.
We had pasta, I believe.
I think it was like a gnocchi or something. Last year. Very nice, very nice.
The main's usually... vegetarians aside, you'd be told that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Some kind of chicken and beef.
Either chicken or beef. These days I feel like it's more like fish and lamb. That's right. Salmon and lamb. Salmon and lamb. They revolutionized this whole game. So first of all, entree, it was, I don't even know what the fucking meat eaters had. It didn't look like food to me, but whatever. Some kind of meat. It was like potato with a chicken leg sticking into, I don't know.
That was
I don't
an
know
entree.
what it was. Yeah, that was entree.
Wow.
Very small. Everything was very small. I had like zucchini and halloumi fritters with some kind of jus. Very
Amazing.
Nice. Lovely.
Delicious.
On one of those black half bowl, half plate things.
Yes, I love those things.
I love it. It tastes so much better. And
that's great.
Did the vegetarians get their food way earlier than everybody else? No.
Amazing.
Because what happened with the mains, it wasn't chicken, beef or lamb and fish. It was lamb or vegan curry. And that was just part of the regular drop. We are in the future. I've never seen that in my life, but it was great.
What was the, so it was vegan
the meat
curry?
eater, what was it? It was like a pastry parcel thing with like braised lamb in it. And like
that's
on
almost
like
sounds like
potato.
almost like a okay.
I don't know what it was. And then
Wellington almost.
we had the vegetarian curry, and it was just part of the alternate drop. So they would just come out, and then beef curry, lamb curry, and then for the dietaries, it was just all the same. The curry, bang, put it down. It's not like you have to bring it out separate times. Come out as part of the
really
drop.
good.
The future is here.
I'm gonna tell you something. I would bet $1 million that the vegan curry would be better than whatever the meat curry.
I reckon it was pretty banging. Though I think my waiter must have fallen over or something because how it was done is it was like the guy sitting next to me. He was vegetarian as well.
Yeah.
So it was like a circle of curry.
One of the older people were vegetarian.
No, one of the guys I used to work with. Yeah.
I was about to say that seems
one of the older guys who was like 60. He was vegetarian. Yeah.
Well, how did everyone? I bet he's the other guys from the other industry would be like,
we got ripped because they came around at the start to check. They're like, any dietaries, and three of us put our hands up. We're like vegetarian, and there was some guy, and I'm going to out him. His name was Brent. He went, give him the salmon. Come on, do him good. Oh my god, here we fucking go.
Mate.
But yeah, so James sitting next to me, his curry was in a little circle, and then his rice was in one of those nice like mounds, like sandcastle.
The sandcastle fell over,
spilled everywhere. It looked like they just got it, and so I reckon he was walking and he like tripped or whatever, and just went, "Fuck it, I'm not going back in the kitchen because that lady's gonna hit me."
Yeah,
so we gave it to me anyway.
for sure.
All right. What? Oh yeah. By the way, I got a name tag on.
Amazing. What does it say
now? Oh, you think this is just a name tag? Oh, I'm sorry. It's seeds, bro. The name tag is made from seeds.
Oh,
it's one of those things that it's like cardboard, but it's got
Does that
seeds
mean you
embedded.
can plant it
I'm
for
going to
seeds?
plant it.
What kind of plant?
Well, I think it could be
flowers that are on
illicit
it.
drugs because they said we're not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to find out.
Ooh.
So I'm like, oh, it's probably sunflower or something.
Yeah,
that's very
probably.
exciting. But Joshua, last year at the ball, the big main event. What was it?
The dance floor?
No, the guy.
Oh, the guy. So there was a guy who did a speech.
He didn't do a speech. He was meant to do a speach.
He kind of just rambled on for about an hour.
He went up there with no plan of what was going to happen and talked about the moon. And it was, I remember saying,
he had some kind of like one of those posters. He's like, well, I had this poster. And then
I don't think he
talked about Toy Story, I think.
At one point, he literally went, can someone tell me what that says on the screen? And I had my glasses on. I'm like, oh my god! So he wasn't.
It was
invited
a blur
back.
for me. I kept signaling the waiter to keep giving me drinks throughout.
That was nice.
Yeah.
A similar thing happened this time. So Last time the guy went on for so long, they brought beers around to keep everybody happening.
Yeah.
This speech, we're told at the start, we're going to have a 30-minute presentation, very interesting speaker, by one of the local Indigenous women who was at like the forefront of the Moreland name change to Marybeth.
Amazing. That's very interesting.
It was so cool. So it was talking about, how they come up with different names based on the Indigenous land stuff.
That actually sounds way more interesting than what this bloke.
It was so depressing the whole time. There was no feel-good story in that, I tell you what. But it was absolutely fascinating. And like the different cultural maps she had to show. Fantastic. Yeah. Problem was, it started at, when did it start? It was meant to finish at 20 past 8 and it was meant to go for half an hour. So 7:50.
Yep.
Meant to go from 7:50 to 20 past 8, have 10 minutes and then dinner would be served at 8:30.
Yeah.
By 8:30, she's on slide 3, right?
Oh my God.
Food comes. You know how long it takes for them to get the food out?
Yeah.
It takes ages. Food comes and had been completely cleared and she was still going. She would have gone for nearly an hour and a half and everyone had completely just eaten. And at one spot, she's like, I would tell you this, but everyone's eating. It's like, yeah, because you were meant to fucking finish in 30 minutes and she's still going. So we all
went
just
over
tuned
time,
out.
but they can't stop the food, otherwise it's going to get cold.
Yeah, because the chef's obviously, he's had to make 200 fucking vegan curries. So they're just sitting there ready to go out.
Yeah.
So I did feel kind of bad because like I was sitting, like I am now. Imagine she's directly behind me. So like I was doing that thing where I'm like eating.
Behind you actually.
Yep. I live next to a car park.
Yeah.
Like I was eating and then I'd have to like turn around occasionally to like look at her, so I felt like bad. So that was weird, but very, very interesting speech.
Amazing.
And I saw her afterwards and I said, I was one of the people that voted for that name change, so I'm a hero. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, great, okay, yeah, great.
You fucking white savior.
Yeah, honestly. No, but I wanted to, I'm like, does it actually like make a difference? Like, is it actually good or is it just like white people trying to do a good thing? And she's like, pretty much just white people trying to do a good thing. I'm like, yeah, thought as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a good thing. Woke up this morning. Wasn't hungover at all because I was still completely slacked. And it hit me about an hour and a half ago. But all in all, fantastic night.
An orange Gatorade later and he's doing fine.
It really has helped. I can't wait to have pizza at 5:30 before we watch the Matildas game. It's going to be really weird, isn't it?
In episode 50, you told me you were going to a different place. We're in that said place.
I announced my move out of Brunswick.
We talked about, and this is because I re-listened to the bit. But we talked about you had some shit art. You've since gotten some better art. That's
I have.
nice. That's
but the thing is, Josh, it doesn't have a personal touch.
It doesn't.
Because, can we tell the people what I requested you to do? I asked you to make me a painting for my new place. And I've been here for 8 months,
Joshua. It's been only 20-something episodes.
Yes.
And I have made you a painting.
I see a visual diary.
It's a visual diary.
I was sort of hoping on like possum skin canvas.
I will get this framed for you. I will frame this for you.
You get to choose where it goes as well.
I will do that for you.
Yes. All right. So I'm excited. What's going on?
I thought, as a true sort of high culture podcast we are.
Oh, very high culture.
Maybe you want to. I've given
Remember
you
that episode called Come Ready?
Blindfold over there.
Yeah. Maybe you should. This is for sexy time.
Yeah. Put the blindfold on, and that way you'll be able to see it firsthand. And then what we'll do is I'll give you sort of like a profile, and you can ask me some questions about sort of. My experience. I'm just sort of going, sort of my experience.
Should I put my glasses on over the blindfold?
Yeah, be like Red and Link.
Is that what they do?
I don't know.
Where are my glasses? I can't see anything. Is my microphone even near my mouth?
Yeah, you're okay. You're good. You're good. You got. There you are. You got them. That's it.
Am I holding the left or the right?
Right. There you go. You're good now.
Yep.
Fantastic. Put your headphones on so you can hear me properly.
Yeah, nice.
Amazing.
My neighbor was washing the window there before. He's probably can see this. All right, cool.
So I'm going to flip this over.
Yep.
And then what we'll do is I've given you some questions that maybe we can get to like my inspiration.
Hang on, you've given me questions, but I got a blindfold on.
You'll take the blindfold off.
Okay, yeah,
cool. Just so you can see. I'm going to show the people what this looks like.
Yep.
And I guess you can. You're welcome to take that blindfold off to see what.
All right, I see. I got to take all my glasses back on.
I'll wait for you to put your.
I thought this was going to be on for longer than it was. All right, I'm going to put my glasses on first.
On.
All right, blindfold is off. I'm going to put my
headphones on.
Headphones are back. Oh, that is wonderful. I love that.
So do you want to tell people what you see?
This is better than I could have ever hoped and
imagined. Thank you very much.
So what I'm looking at is, when you see like those like Archibald Prize portraits, and you just think it's a photo, but you know that it has to be a drawing.
Yeah.
So currently I'm looking at the most accurate I've ever seen painting of what is absolutely, I'm 100% sure is Oscar.
Yeah. As you can see also, it's been signed on the bottom corner.
Yeah, it has.
Like a true piece of artwork.
So what I'm looking at is the worst drawing I've ever seen in my entire life.
No. Thank you very much. I spent a lot of work on this thing.
Of Oscar, and the background, it's got very nicely blended rainbow colors.
I spent a lot of work on the blending. Less
say,
on the dogs.
This is fucking phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
There's this genre of art called naive art.
Yeah.
And it's like adults doing kid-style paintings.
I think I've nailed it.
You could literally, like, if that was done on, like, professional grade equipment, you could put that in a gallery.
Thank you very much. I've actually named this. Do you want to guess what I've named it?
Wonky. Oscar the Wonky Dog. That's what my guess. Okay, he's flipping the page of the visual diary, and we have, it is called Oscar Tastes the Rainbow by Joshy P 2023.
2023, Oscar Tastes the Rainbow.
I want to drill down in what Oscar looks like a little bit more in this.
Flip that over, have a look.
Imagine a very elongated dog with different size legs.
Well, I thought maybe actually what we could do is maybe you could ask me some questions. And we could do a bit of a profile.
So
I remember
if it's all right with you, I'm just going to ask questions totally off the dome.
No, I've given you these questions.
No, totally off the dome.
Yeah.
So like, every time I look at a painting like that, and by the way, I think calling it a painting is a put down, just a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
A moment in time.
It is.
I would call it.
It really. It's a piece of time and place.
Now, these questions that I'm thinking of are in size 11, so I'm just going to size them up a little bit.
I sized them up for my own screen too.
So, like, with this masterpiece, what were the inspirations that led you to creating this art?
Thank you so much for that amazing question.
Yeah, not a problem.
I think that my inspirations have to do with the mammalian form.
Oh, it's
and I
the
guess
exquisite mammalian form.
Domestic animals.
The domestic
mammalian.
mammalian.
I guess if I had to be more specific to that, I would say greyhounds.
Wow.
Maybe like producer Oscar and his very long horse-like body.
Very long and very long tongue as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
He loves using that tongue to kiss King Mike on the lips.
He does. Yeah.
He loves that. Well,
he does.
What do you intend for audience to see, experience, and think about when they view this magical piece of art?
Thank you so much for your question. I guess if I had to specifically point
I've got a turtleneck on.
The thing, you can imagine we both have what we drill down on when they see this art is probably producer Oscar and his long horse-like body.
Very long, very
long and horse-like.
And a very big tongue there.
Yeah.
Has been known to use to kiss King Mike on the lips with. Yeah. And what was your
So this is for specific. You made it wrong. So the first one was for general art. This is for this specific piece of artwork.
What was your inspiration for creating
this specific piece of artwork?
This piece of art.
I would say producer Oscar and his long horse-like body.
My turtleneck's itchy. Yeah,
it is a little. Isn't it?
And I've also, can I just point something out? Very long horse and a very long tongue as well.
Did you want to ask me maybe about the materials I used for this as well?
I'm just doing the joke a third time. Just been known to kiss King Mike on the lips with.
I've been known. Has been known.
Now, I don't want to ask you about materials because I'm just not following a prompt at all. Did you encounter any difficulties when you were creating artwork? And if so, how did you work through these?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that question.
I like your turtleneck, by the way.
Thank you so much. It's a little itchy.
How yours is slightly off black to sort of give that
because
impression of light and shade.
Black and white. People think about the world like that. But what they don't realize is there's an off black and there's a grey in between that.
Grey area.
There's grey area. And between the grey and the black, there's an off black.
My finances fall in that area.
Yeah. I guess if I had to point on to some difficulties I had, it was not having picked up a paintbrush in about 7 years.
Did you use a paintbrush to make that?
I did. I used some...
I thought it was crayons.
I actually used Kmart watercolor paints.
Very high quality.
And I guess
I like
also,
how you've applied watercolor very thick as if it's acrylic paint.
and I guess if I had to also
Very
more
nice.
specific, be a bit more specific in my difficulties, I would say not having a big enough sheet of paper to express Oscar and his very long horse-like body.
I liked when I look
And
at
I
this,
worked through that by just painting him smaller.
Well, I like to think of it as the rainbow is very large. So
Yeah.
although Oscar is very small, the rainbow is so large that actually Oscar is large.
And I do think one difficulty was trying to paint his tongue, which he uses.
Your
to-
turtleneck is a 3/4 length on the
Thank
arm.
you.
Yeah.
He uses that tongue to lick King Mike.
Oh, on the lips.
On the lips,
Yeah. Now, what's your name? Are you just still Joshy P?
Yeah, I'm still Josh.
Joshy
Yeah,
P.
thank you.
Am I still Jonathan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we just got really calm. What advice would you give to other artists?
Thank you so much for that question. It's really, really great. And I guess if I had to point something to fellow artists, people maybe just starting.
Do you want a little bit of cheese with a toothpick in it?
Yeah, thank you so much. Hold on. Let me get that.
Yeah.
I love how that was
Gouda.
Gouda enough for me.
What was good? Gouda.
But I guess if I had to give some advice, it'd be find your personal greyhound.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Find your.
Sorry. I think.
No, I got this.
Find your muse.
No. Find your
like your
subject,
wife.
such as
Yes.
a greyhound.
Find your own greyhound.
like Oscar.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
his very long horse-like body.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
which also has a long tongue as well, which he's used to
kiss King Mike on the lips.
Mike on the lips. Yeah.
I'm going to deviate from the script a little bit.
Yeah.
Now. I've just got two follow-up questions.
Fantastic.
Now, in last week's episode, producer Oscar was actually on the podcast.
He was.
And he made reference to a time where he was given cocaine. And I was just wondering if Oscar being suspended in the air amongst a colourful rainbow.
No comment.
If that was in relation to him being on a cocaine high and the difficulties challenged with that.
Thank you so much for the question. And I wrestled with that through making the piece. I didn't come to a conclusion.
Okay, great. I've also noticed that Oscar has one ear on the front of his head and one ear on the back of his head.
Yeah.
And he also doesn't have a nose. And I was just wondering, were these intentional deficits in
it's
their artwork
abstraction
to
of the
make
art.
us think about reality?
Yeah, it's a reality challenging piece, and it's abstraction. It's like
Yeah.
a greyhound does have a nose, but what if the greyhound didn't have a nose?
Maybe his tongue would be even longer.
Maybe he used his tongue to lick the
King Mike.
cocaine,
Oh, that's great.
or to kiss King Mike on the lips.
That's fantastic. Where do you want to hang it? Where should I put it?
We can figure it out.
Should we put it above, tack it above his bed? Should we do
I
that?
thought we could put it here for when as like just sort of
Well,
like while we're
I do have
on
other
podcast.
people.
No, I mean not now, but like for a piece of set decoration,
that
could be
is
nice.
very, very nice. I think it would look very nice above his bed. In the
That
little
would be
corner.
nice as well. That would be lovely.
King Mike, not King Mike of
King Mike.
Oscar.
Oscar.
Next time, I'm going to be drawing a painting of King Mike.
Getting kissed by Oscar on the lips. Obviously, I'm thinking of doing more painting in the future. So
I think you should.
If people have other ideas or something, maybe
it's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to take my turtleneck off now.
Yeah, let's
All
go.
right, next slide. Roses are red. Josh's artistic career is on the line. That was episode 79
Yes,
of
it
the
is.
Comedianons.
Thank you so much, mate.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I've got it here.
Thank you so much.
I will cherish this photo of what looks like a big block of licorice being run over by a car. I will cherish that. I will. I really will. I'm going to put it up pride of place on the
I'm so excited.
on the mantelpiece.
That's amazing.
Joshua, what do we normally do now?
We do some recommendations.
Would you like to kick us off with a
Yeah, I'll
recommendation?
do a recommendation
Yeah.
for you. My recommendation is an album. And it's an album by Carly Rae Jepsen, famous for...
Last Friday night.
no, wrong person. That's Katy Perry.
Here's my number.
There you go. Call me
Do you know
maybe.
what? Can I give you a fun fact?
Yeah.
I just learnt then Carly Rae Jepsen and Katy Perry are
Two
different
separate
people.
people.
Yeah. There you
Carly Rae
go.
Jepsen been doing some absolute banger poppy sort
Has
of
she?
albums, bumpy
Yeah.
albums.
Yeah, there you
For
go.
the Loveliest Time is the name of the
For
newest,
the longest time.
not longest, loveliest time. I think it's the loveliest time. I don't. By Carly Rae Jepsen.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
And it is
Kelly
a lovely
Clarkson
little-
is also in
Kelly
that category
Clarkson's
of
a
people.
different. Yeah, they all meld in my head too.
Yeah.
I was just gonna check up while we're talking, but yes, it's a lovely little album, all poppy. The loveliest time. Is what it's
The
called.
loveliest time.
And
by
it is a
Carly Rae.
lovely
I'm going to
time.
listen to that. Let's chuck
think
it on
you'll like
after
it.
this.
Yeah, we could
While
do
we're
that.
waiting for King Mike to
Would be
bring
nice.
pizzas.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
Oscar will kiss him on the lips. I've got an album for you as well.
Great.
It's an album. I don't know if you've been seeing my Spotify history over the last couple of days.
Not very much.
I've been very hooked on Sammy J. Sammy J is
Sammy J.
I think he
Yeah.
might be my favorite musical comedian. And
great. He's great.
you've probably seen him on ABC. He was on
Yeah.
radio and stuff. But his 2019 album, I think it's his latest album, Symphony in J Minor.
I haven't finished listening. I
It
do.
is
I'm excited.
absolutely beautiful.
This is a great reminder for me to finish listening to
all
that.
the songs are just so heartfeltly stupid. I just absolutely
fantastic.
love. There's songs about funerals. There's songs about killing people.
Great.
There's songs about sport.
Amazing.
And there's songs about quiche.
Sorry, I thought that was Mike walking up the
I
line.
am scared that Mike is going to walk in with pizzas even earlier than 5:30.
What time is it right now?
It's 4:30.
Oh, well, then we have heaps of time.
Yeah, we have
probably.
heaps of time. We could have a beer. I can't have alcohol.
I'm gonna have
will
it.
die.
I'll probably have one for you then.
I mean, I'll probably.
I got one.
are you peer pressuring me? I didn't think this was peer pressure.
I hope he gets
But yeah,
kissed on the
Symphony in
mouth when
J
he comes
Minor,
through the door.
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Huge show.
Huge show.
I'm laying it on the line. That was top episode of this season.
One of my favorites.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
always is. I think I said that last week. Talk about things that I say all the time.
We've been fucking killing it lately.
I'm really loving
We've
these
found our groove.
We have.
We've found a different groove.
But I think our groove has changed for the best.
It
better.
has. It has.
And I
We
think
found
that's a
our
good thing.
rhythm.
The rhythm.
But not the groove.
And then we
now we're
started
carving
getting
out
into
a
the groove
Yeah.
with the rhythm we already have.
Amazing. Because you
Amazing.
can't, I tell you what I've always said.
Yeah.
You can't carve out a groove if you don't have rhythm.
I have to say as well, knowing the next few weeks, it's going to be huge. There's going to be some big stuff coming.
I've locked down my guest. Can we say something?
We do. Okay.
Because I kind of already said it.
Let me say. Well, what I was going to say is,
Yeah.
I will be going. I'm going on. I'm going to be out of the country
For how long?
most of September for like 20 days.
Yeah.
Which
I
means
wish it was 20 years. Yeah.
Thank you. Me too.
Oh, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for 2 weeks of podcasting,
There's going to be some.
there's going to be
we've got
no
some stuff
Josh
coming,
live in the studio.
which means we've been going over time.
Yep.
With some stuff.
We haven't, but we will.
We will
We
be.
need to
not
get
yet.
onto that.
We've planned it.
Yeah,
though.
we've planned. We're
And
doing some
one of them,
special
we're
episodes.
going to have a special guest episode.
Yep.
King
Two
Mike's-
guests.
King Mike's going to be there.
Yep, and a guy that I call James because I haven't yet cleared if it's all right to talk about him on the podcast.
That's
but he'll
exciting.
be there. It'll be a train wreck, but it's going to be so funny.
Oh my god! I just realized the person you were calling James is the other person.
Yeah, you like what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And there's another one that'll come out before that, but we're not going to tell you what
We're
that
not
is.
gonna talk about that, but it's
because
another
you'll
special.
find out. It's another
Very
special
special
episode. But still full-length episodes.
Full-length
Still full
episodes.
segments.
We're not
Josh is
gonna
in
stop
both.
going.
I'm in both.
Lots of stuff coming.
Yeah, just
So,
gotta let the
Tune in.
homies
And I think,
know.
did we say what we did this so
No.
far? Let's talk about what we
Yep.
did this week.
I am a
episode.
professional scientist.
You sure
and
are.
I gave us some things that I think
Yeah.
Yep,
go.
I gave the world some things that I've picked up that we need to be onto.
And I'm an idiot, and I agree with you.
You agree with me because I am the professional scientist, and whatever I
Therefore,
say
I believe
goes.
you.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Thank
after
you.
that,
you're
Jono
not a
was
yes
slipping-
man at all.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not making some bit here about other people that might have done similar things.
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely not.
But guess what? We
What?
did do Slipping Through My
We
Fingers.
did.
We talk about daytime television.
TV.
Lots of stuff to go through there. There is a fly here.
You know, if there's not flies in your house,
What are you going to do?
what are you going to do about it? You know, you're not part of the ecosystem.
That's correct. And you're a professional scientist.
I
you would know
am,
that.
I am.
What did we do after that, John?
I went ballin'.
You went bowling.
I feel like the
Lots of
hangover's
stories.
passed, actually.
That's good.
Yeah.
Maybe you want another beer.
No, I had a tempura
Yeah.
vegetable pancake, and I feel
Oh,
like that soaked up a lot of the.
Did you make it yourself?
No, I went to Sushi Hub. Yeah. In Mooney
Amazing.
Ponds.
And after that, Jono,
Don't know. It
well,
was you.
I gave you my piece of art.
I love it.
And
I
we
also
had- we
like
had a
it's
sort
still
of
got
profile.
the perforations of the visual
I think
diary.
that
of it.
says that's part of the art.
I think it says like it just came to me so quickly that I just jumped at whatever materials I
And I
had
think
available.
honestly, this has made me want to go do more painting stuff. So I'm going to be doing that in the future.
Fantastic.
It's a fun little thing.
Tell you what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is not conversation for the podcast. This is so boring. But I want to do that thing where you have like a soldering iron and you start like drawing on wood and you like burn things. Yeah.
I did want to do this. I was
Is that like
watching
lithography or something?
I don't know, but I saw this guy. No, this is not for the podcast.
Yeah, no.
I did hear this guy.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
what's the game with the guy that did all the vlogs? Casey Neistat, his brother, did stuff like that and looked cool. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Maybe
should we
I'll watch
get going?
that.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.